10 Eyewitness News. First at 5 with Natasha Billing.
Good evening. First tonight, not even Western Australia's new Premier imagined last night's election result would be this big. The party has smashed their Liberal opponents and it's being hailed as the ALP's greatest ever victory in the state. Mark McGowan's Labor Party is predicted to win as many as 41 seats, the Liberals as few as 10. Today, the Prime Minister was doing his very best to distance himself from the massive loss. Bo Pearson joins us now with the details. Bo, a truly incredible result in the West.
Natasha, Labor was expected to win, but nobody expected it to be by such a whopping margin. With a swing of about 15% against the Liberals, they're now facing the prospect of not only this term in opposition, but possibly many more. Colin Barnett's massive loss has been blamed on his party's controversial preference deal with Pauline Hanson's One Nation and the plan to sell state energy provider Western Power. Here's Rebecca Munro.
In the words of Labor, it was a Mount Everest climb to win. What they didn't expect was a landslide.
It's time for a fresh approach.
Mark McGowan, the boy from Newcastle in New South Wales, was given the rock star treatment as he claimed victory as WA's 30th Premier.
I came here 27 years ago in my Corolla across the Nullarbor, and today the people of Western Australia have made me Premier.
With wife Sarah by his side along with his 3 children, the 49-year-old revelled in the controversy that plagued the Liberal Party in the lead-up to the election.
Today, West Australians voted for hope and opportunity over desperation and division.
A dig at the preference deal with Pauline Hanson's One Nation. With 67% of the vote now counted, the swing to Labor is unprecedented. So far, the party has claimed 36 seats, leaving Liberals just 11. 5 went to the Nationals, with 7 still undecided. It was commiserations over in the seat of Cottesloe, where outgoing Premier Colin Barnett conceded defeat early in the evening.
To those, particularly those Liberal members of Parliament who have lost their seat, my heart goes out to you. In a campaign, you put every effort into it, and to your families and your staff and all those affected. Politics is a brutal, harsh business. Barnett spent 2 terms as Premier, leaving behind a legacy that included the construction of Elizabeth Quay and the new Perth Stadium. But it wasn't without controversy, his leadership marred by the catch and kill shark policy and his failure to negotiate a greater share of GST. Perhaps one of the biggest downfalls during this campaign was his push to sell off part of the state's energy provider, Western Power. But Mr Barnett says there was one overwhelming reason for his party's loss. We ran, in my view, a great campaign. There are a lot of factors out there, but at the end of the day, time was probably the factor. Today, celebrations continued for McGowan as Barnett went to ground. The member for Cottesloe will keep his seat, but has indicated he plans to move to the back bench in the hopes of retiring in the near future.
It is a great and important role that the people of this state have bestowed upon me, and I acknowledge the importance of it. I don't take it for granted. I'll never take it for granted.
Rebecca Munro, 10 Eyewitness News.
WA's new Premier and his government won't be sworn in for some time, but when they do, they've got a tough task ahead of them. They'll be inheriting a mammoth state debt, and now, of course, the prospect of having to come good with the $5 billion worth of promises they made during the election campaign. Natasha?
Bo, thank you.